Hello and welcome back to Buggleskelly Station, and this beautiful scenery is Dumfries and Galloway, where we spent last week for my birthday. We spent a few days in Scotland. It was lovely to have a break away from everything, and we headed up to Edinburgh for the day, and of course spent the final weekend in my favourite city, Glasgow, and I'm not going to attempt the accent.
Surely, James, it wasn't a you.
So, on Friday, of course, we went to Model Rail Scotland, which is the biggest model show in Scotland, one of the biggest in the UK, and it's always a great show. I've been a few times. I did live in Glasgow for a while, and yeah, it was really enjoyable. I filmed a little bit, some of the layouts, some of the new releases, a lot of which I've got on pre-order myself, so it was good to see them in real life. So yeah, I hope you enjoy. The first thing we looked at were the Hatton's P class painted samples, and their Andrew Barclays. I do actually have one of each of these already, but I've got the new Bluebell P class on order, which these are obviously now being made by Accurascale. And from Rapido, it's great to see the Caledonia Fireless Loco, the 3D printed samples. I do intend to order one of these, and also the Y7, which I have on order. It's going to be an expensive couple of years, I think. It's nice to chat to guys from Rapido as well. On the Hornby stand, they had another Loco that I've got on order, which is Locomotion #1, which does look amazing, to be fair, even if it's just the sort of the sample. But even more impressive was next to the Hornby stand, which was probably my favourite stand of the whole show, David Coddington's collection of 1985 Hornby releases. So 1985 was the year that they launched the world of Thomas the Tank Engine, and David had lots of the original packaging, the models on display. Obviously spent quite a bit of time here looking at this stand. Another interesting stand was Cato's Diorama Circus, which is made up of lots of individual sections in different styles and modelling mediums. And Cato seemed to be doing what they can to get new modellers interested in the hobby, because there were loads of different style pieces put together. So yeah, that was really interesting to see. This was a T-gauge layout, 1 in 450, which is tiny, and yeah, amazing. And it was for sale. I don't know who bought it, but yeah, they had it up for sale at the weekend. Glenkiln Road was probably one of my favourite layouts for the detail. They're just some really nice landscape modelling. I always like layouts where you can tell that the scenery was there before the railway, so it sort of undulates around the level of the track rather than the other way around, which you sometimes see on model railways. So yeah, this was a really nice layout. Thomas has been kidnapped again. The great thing about Model Rail Scotland is they always have a mix of different things. So the Lego layout obviously wouldn't appeal to everybody, but it did appeal to a lot of people, and it's a great way to get younger people into the hobby. I liked the foundry on the Castle Bridge layout as well. It's just a great centrepiece with the smoke coming out of it, and a very fast train running past. I love the detail on High House Colliery. I didn't get much footage of it because my camera's jumping about a bit, as you can see. Now for the big name at the show, the biggest layout that was there, Eastfield TMD. As you can see, the TV crew were filming it there. Unfortunately, there was very little running. I think there was one train that went past in about 20 minutes while I was waiting there, but they were having issues with the Wi-Fi, being able to get things to work, so it was a real shame. But it was a beautiful layout. It was really nice modelling work. Effingham Street was really nice as well. It was only short, but it had a nice mix of 00 and 009, and a really realistic massive fly. I loved the colours on Telindaluk, I imagine. I don't know if I pronounced that correctly, I'm sorry. I didn't get much footage of it. But this one here, again, I'm not going to try and pronounce the name of it. A model of the Festiniog Railway, and I mean, this is just a legendary layout. It's been on the circuit for a long time, I think 25 years, but I'd never seen it before, I'd just seen photos. So this was really nice to see. Beautiful modelling.
Yet the sails of the windmill went round and round and round.
I love this model of the of Rotherden on the Kent and East Sussex Railway. It's preserved now, obviously. The locos that were shown, one of them was the basis of Gladstone in Omister Porter. It was loaned from the railway for the filming, so that was really great to see as well. Now this layout, Newburgh, is so clever. I'd never seen anything done like this before. It was two layouts side by side. One was modelled in 1913, as you can see, and then the identical model 100 years later, so the 2013 version of it, and it's just really clever. So yeah, really good idea. I'd never seen that done before, but it was really effective. And Lock End is proof that you don't need a lot of space for a model railway. This is an N-gauge layout inside a suitcase. Really effective as well. Really nice little model. And the guy said that they'd had people taking photos of it all day. I think it was their second model that they built. I may be wrong on that. Yeah, this was nice as well. Gresty Bridge. Again, an interesting layout because it was all set at night time. So the lights showed everything completely differently to a daytime layout. And finally, the Quarry with the twins Bill and Ben. This was a nice layout as well. On Cato chassis, some different Railway Series characters. And that's everything I filmed on the day, apart from my purchases. So there's a few bits I bought and a few bits that my wife got for me as well as birthday presents. So the first thing I found was this Sodor scrap wagon, which was £5, and I thought I'd better pick that up because I amazingly don't have one of these already in my collection. These grass tufts and small flowers are from Primo Models. I'd never seen them before, but the guy was really friendly, had a great stand with different trees and things, flowers, grasses and things, so I thought I'd pick up 4 of those. He did an offer, 4 packs for £10 I think it was. So yeah, I look forward to using these on things, just add a little highlight of colour onto dioramas. So you can't see them very well in the footage here. This was filmed in the hotel room where the lighting wasn't great. But yeah, Primo Models, and you can see their Facebook address on there. They're on Instagram as well, so check them out and have a look. There's some really nice trees and stuff. And you can't go to Scotland without sampling Scotland's other national drink, of course, Iron Brew. And I saw these at Rainbow Railway stand. And I also had to get a couple of other Thomas and Friends Hornby releases, which I've never owned. The Sodor Fuel and Sodor Tar. So they will be going on the layout at some point. So yeah, a nice few Thomas and Friends bits to add to the collection. And the big purchase of the weekend for me was this, the Ellis Clark Trains Wickham Trolley in O-Gauge. I have seen these online, obviously seen the reviews. I think they've been out a couple of years, but yeah, I have never got one. I don't have many O-Gauge locos. I've got 3 now, if we call this a loco. But yeah, it's the Wickham Trolley. So it was I think they were built in the late 40s and 50s, and they were used by the track gangs because they were able to lift them on and off the tracks. They were just a car motor, so they were easy to maintain and swap out parts and things. But yeah, I just thought it's a nice little addition to my O-Gauge layout, which currently is a shelf with a bit of track on it, and I haven't done really anything on it yet. But yeah, eventually I will have a little Wickham trolley going back and forth across the 3-foot layout. So yeah, I thought that was a nice little addition. So that's it really. That was Model Rail Scotland and our lovely week in Dumfries and Galloway, Edinburgh and Glasgow, of course. So thanks for watching, and see you again soon. Cheers, bye.